Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Kim here, and today it is one of my Thrifty Canucks, and it is the second box that I shipped home from Manitoba. Yeah, I did way too much shopping, but there was lots of other stuff too. I had lots of gifts from friends, and Thelma gave me a big bag full of goodies, and my aunt gave me stuff, and again, friends and stuff. So I had lots of extra things to send home. So it was all fun and all worth it. But this is the second box. I still have one more suitcase of stuff. I put it all into a big bag. I think it'll be a 2-episode one. I'm going to try and fit some of it in sort of maybe on Sunday to do a little bit just to get it done, because I've already gone shopping twice since I've been home. Oh dear, there's no help for me at all. Yeah, so I have this beautiful tissue package here. Now, on one of our thrifting days, there was Thelma and Hazel and myself, and we picked up Ruth, and Ruth lives in St. Anne. And hi, Ruth. And her and her husband and Mark live in St. Anne. Hi, Mark. And we picked her up, and the four of us went thrifting together. We had a blast. That's where we took Hazel to have her picture with the big car in Steinbach where it says "Worth the Trip." We just had so much fun. And when we dropped Ruth off at the end of the day with all her goodies, she said she had a little bag for me, and I don't know if you remember, in one of the videos I did show the bag. It was kind of a vellum type of bag with black and white flowers on it. I've since cut it up. Actually, I have a piece right here. I've since cut it up because I'm going to use it for windows inside of when you have a frame that you've die cut, then I can make like a little window in it. So yeah, I cut the bag up into pieces, and it was just as much fun as the gift inside too. But yes, I did receive a gift from her. Well, this is from Mark, and she gave us, Tom and I, 2 lovely jars of jam or jelly, crabapple jelly. One is with plum. And I would show you the jars, but one is empty and the other is already in the fridge. So, yeah, they were sniffed out pretty quickly. Delicious, by the way, Ruth. Love it. And then I was also given this gift here from Mark. Now, Mark is a woodworker, and when I met him last year in his workshop, he was working on stuff for a craft sale that they had coming up. Just amazing work. And he did a lot of planters and shelving and all kinds of gorgeous, gorgeous stuff. So he presented me with this piece here, and I just want to show it to you. It is a beautiful trivet. So now that I'm showing it to you, I get to take this back upstairs and put it in my kitchen. But all of this wood is, I don't know the exact process, but I know it gets kind of glued together or laminated together with resin. I'm not sure in the exact process. But once it's done and it's like one big piece, because this is made up of all little pieces, then he, I guess, sands it, and then he drilled all these holes for decoration. I love this. This is so, so cool. I could see using this so many different ways, not just as a trivet, but also, you could use this to put little containers in here, like little shot glasses with things in it. I can see lots of possibilities with this, but I will enjoy this in my kitchen. It's going to have a fun spot. I'm really hoping that one day Ruth and Mark will come to visit us in New Brunswick. Tom will have the beer and I think it was rum, right? Wasn't it rum? I forget now. It'll be ready for you when you guys come. But thank you so much, Ruth. We are enjoying the jelly, and this is going to look so lovely in my kitchen. And thank you so much. And if you want to get a trivet like this, or if you're interested in any other woodwork, especially if you live in Manitoba, you may want to ask where their next sale is, or check out his Facebook page. I think Ruth will give me the information for his Facebook page because he's got lots of different designs and some pretty cool pieces. And if you live in Manitoba, then it's just, it's a drive to go pick it up. And they're not very far from Steinbach, so you could do some thrifting out there while you're at it and pick up some gorgeous pieces from Mark. So thank you so very much. I will enjoy this for many, many years to come. Gorgeous. Now I can put it in my kitchen. I'm just going to put that aside for a second. Oop. And then I have, this is again an assorted pile because everything got packed the way it would fit and that I could maximize on the weight and everything to go with it. So Thelma had divvied up this book. I think Hazel got a piece of it. I got a piece of it. And it is a floral book, Rocky Mountain Wildflowers. And she took the pages out of it that she wanted, I gather, and then gave the rest to each of us. Now, they have lovely images on one side and the writing is on the other side. So these will make beautiful bookmarks and journaling cards and pockets, like tuck spots. So I have lots of material here to work with. And I only got half the book. So Hazel got the other half, I think. Or, you know, maybe we all got a portion of it. I don't know. It's a gorgeous book. Look at all these pictures. Just great imagery in here. So I will look forward to using this very soon. Thank you, Thelma. Now, I don't know where this came from. Maybe it came off of the, it might have come off of the sharing table that we have. It's just some of those skeleton leaves. I do use these. I like putting them in pockets. They're just fun little addition pieces. So, yeah, I don't know where it came from. This is an old sticker here. So I will just tuck it away with my other stuff. And this was at the antique sale. I bought 5 of these. I wheeled and dealed and made a deal. There was only 5 in this larger size in the teal blue. And these are those old bingo cards where you just push the bingo chip sort of thing over for your winnings. And I love these. So I want to use... what I'd like to do is make a matching cardboard for the back, and then I would turn this into the book cover. So that's a good possibility that will come up. And I've got 3 of them. I did give one to Thelma and one to Hazel. So we'll see which one of us makes the journal out of this first. I don't know. We will see. It's in the pile. And then at the antique sale, I found this pack in it, and it was 4 needle packs for $3 for all of them. And just, you know, they're vintage style of needle books where they sold the needles. Some are missing, of course, but just fun imagery on them. This one is a repair kit from Farmers, Fishermen, and Sportsmen Repair Kit. So this has got the larger, like upholstery type needles and large darning needles. And this one's got a very sharp point to it. So that's kind of cool. This I think I'll just keep for myself to use because I like those needles in there. And then this is sweet. This is a separator company, Sharples Separator Company. And it's got the larger needles in here as well, and then information on needles. And then this little package of needles is in here too. So cool. I'd like to replicate these packaging. I think it would be fun to put that together. This must open up more. Here we go. Yes, there it is. So I'm going to play around and see if we can't replicate this in one way or another, because I see it's got like a little tab here. Wouldn't that be fun to make these? Not necessarily for needles, but for something, I'm sure. And then it's just got a label on the front. So I'm sure we could come up with some kind of use for a little packet like this. So I'm going to keep that in mind. And then this is the Royal Canadian Mounties. Now, it looks like it got cut a little bit somehow here. Yeah, some of the edges. You know, sometimes people have had these books for so long and the edges get frayed and chewed up that people probably just trim them down. Because I've seen more than one cut down, so I'm sure that's the story behind that. But again, it was just a great way to keep your needles or to get your needles and keep them organized. I don't know why I'm yawning again. What is going on with me? I'm just... I'm certainly getting enough sleep. I know that I'm getting enough sleep, but I'm sorry to be yawning while I'm talking. Might be not enough water. And yeah, I paid $3 for that. And then this was one of the last things that I wheeled and dealed for. These are first day of issue envelopes for stamps, and I made a deal on the whole packet. I think there was 45 in total. I gave some to Thelma and some to Hazel to play with. So again, we'll see how they get used in their journals. Now, most of them don't have anything inside. They just would have got the envelope and the stamp that was coming out for the very first day, and then all of this would have been stamped by the post office because it was a first day edition. So they're fun, and they're very common. You can find them online at pretty reasonable prices, and they're quite decorative. Like this one is May 23rd, 1966, and that is very important. My father used to be a stamp collector, so I was aware of this as a child, and so it was very important that the cancellation was clear. So it had to be really whacked pretty hard because it was a cancellation that was on a long stem, sort of almost like a meat pounder. You know, when you pound meat, where it's a long stem and then you whack it. That's the kind of stamp that they would have used on this to really give a good impression, because that made or broke the value of this stamp. And because it came out on the first day, it had to be absolutely perfect. The perforations had to be torn perfectly. It was a big thing. I don't know if it still is in the stamp world or not, because stamps are getting more and more rare these days. But it was a big thing at the time, and I know my father was just fanatical about getting the perfect stamp. So yeah, I can appreciate that. The sad part is his collection is gone. My mother only kept a handful of things, and then she later passed them on to other family members. But I could have had all of this, which my father had a lot. but you don't know, right? And at the time, I wasn't into doing journaling stuff. So, but now I know. Although he would probably be horrified to watch me glue them to things and stick them into pockets and make flips out of them. I don't think he would appreciate that. So then I have a lot of books here, and I shouldn't have bought books, but the prices were so crazy, and of course you're going to buy them. And I did try to find the lighter ones, or only took home lighter ones. And I convinced the girls, whenever I found a really good book, I'd say, you got to take this home. You can't leave it here. Because the price, you never know when the prices are going to change. And, this is your chance for junk journaling, and you can always mail it to me. So I had all kinds of excuses for them to buy books. Now this one here we go. I paid 60 cents for it, which is not a huge amount of money. It's a German music book, and I just love the designs in here, like the how it's written. Just love it. So I don't think it's that old, maybe 1940s. Let's just have a peek here. No, I don't have a date on this, but my guess would be around 1940. It's probably been reproduced a couple of times as well, but still fun to play with, and the pages are the right color, just really nice. This one was 25 cents, and, I just said, oh, do I need any more of these books? But the pages come out, it's like one big thing here that I can take apart, and they are double, so they will thin. I think you put the picture somewhere inside here. Just because I'm saying that now. Oh, here we go. Yeah. So I will be able to cut these open and use this as a whole piece. So there, all I'd have to do is put a little acetate window in, and I can turn this right into a pocket just like that. So there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 pockets, and then I can still use this as a journal cover if I want. So it, for 25 cents, what can I say? I had to buy it. This one was 30 cents, and I tried to get the girls to take this. Nobody did. It's in German, I think, as well. Illustrated by Susan Blair, 1967. But I really liked it. Okay, first of all, I liked it because it was 30 cents. But I really liked the colored illustrations in here. Like, this is beautiful. Just fun images to use in a journal. And the pages are an unusual size too. They are 7 inches by 7 by 7 square. So that means there's some folding and some fun, like, I don't know what the other half of this is, but I could see folding this in half in a journal and having a little tuck spot, or, just a little flip out. But lots of fun imagery in here that is just so, it's German, foresty, just beautiful pictures. And I love the 2-color processing. It's got the red and the black, or the green and the black. Love it. So I think this is something I would definitely use very, very quickly. A few yearbooks. This one is 1952 from Gretna. I'm gonna have to look and see if Tom's mom might be in here. My husband's mother might have a school picture in here. I'm not sure. I think she grew up in the Gretna area, and so we'll have to look. See, there's grades 9, 10, and 11. So we'll have to see. I think I don't know what year she would have been in school, but I'll have to investigate this further. So 1952. There's one from Gretna for 1949. And, I should say I paid 50 cents each for these. And look at the signatures on the back. Isn't that fun? You shop the world at Eaton's. There's a fun piece of ephemera. Now, I'm sure the copyright would be over with this because Eaton's is pretty much closed up now, I think, right? And so I don't know. I'll have to investigate that further as to whether or not the imagery can be scanned and used. But if not, it's still great advertisements to add into journals, and so fun to dress them up, because you just cut them out and collage over top of them, or a napkin, and so you can still see the advertisement underneath. And some of them are fun, some of them are cheesy. And so you can enjoy them in your journals, and then enjoy using all the pictures. So I will have to further investigate this one from Gretna too, to see if Tom's mom might, or Tom's, maybe his aunt or uncle that are younger, that they might be in there too. We'll have to have a peek. Now, this one is from 1955. I think this is from somewhere else. I don't know where, but it's German. This one's in German. But yeah, love the pictures, love the hairstyles. So there's some fun imagery here to be used for all kinds of purposes. It'll be interesting to see. And then again, more advertising and fun ephemera to use. This one was 30 cents, and I tried to convince the girls, and everybody's like, "Oh no, I have too much. It's a music book. I don't know how old it is. I just love the color. Well, I don't know, but this particular song here is from 1848. It doesn't mean that the publication is from there, from that time period. It doesn't say, unless it says on the front cover, and I'm missing it. Printed in the United States. No, I don't have any information on it. But I just love the color of these. And they don't have the words in here, so these are fun to cut down to 8.5 by 11 and run it through the printer and add all kinds of things like roses and birds and pictures of people. So just fun to use. Oh, look at that. There's one named Thelma. No, Thema. Sorry, I thought it said Thelma. But still, it's all kinds of fun music that you can use for printing through your printer. And I, like, as soon as this video is over, I will cut this down to 8.5 by 11. I will probably save the covers to make journal cards out of them. You know, like I can use this in several different ways. And so I will cut it down for covers because it's a heavier stock. But all of this will get cut down to 8.5 by 11 right away and sent upstairs to the printer so that I can have it right away to print on whenever I want something. So this was a fun find. I paid $1 for each of these. Now this one is the Glimmer Screens. I paid $1. This is Tattered Angels, and they are the ones who created the Glimmer Mist. I believe that's who created it. Now these are the patterns of stencils on the back, and the only one that's missing is the butterfly. Go figure, right? Because that's my favorite, but they are beautiful. I think one of them was used once. And because the packaging, and there was one extra, I think it's this snowflake. There was one extra that didn't belong. But because the packaging is in such rough shape, I right away could see that I could cut this out. And this could make a beautiful belly band or pocket or something in a journal just like that. And then I'm sure the back I can cut up for tags and tag art. So once I put the stencils away, that is what I'll do. Now, do I have something to show you a stencil? I never come prepared with plain paper. Well, maybe they'll show up on this. Let's try this. So this one, I think, didn't come with the set. It's a very large snowflake. And if you watched my video, oh no, it did come with the set. So this one did come with it. If you watched my video on Monday using the Global Land stencils, on Friday I will be doing the Friday follow-up, and you will see my finished stencils. They turned out really well, the mandalas that I painted and then did more painting on it afterwards. Okay, this is the one that came separate. And it's a heart, and it just says love in 2 different fonts. But somebody paid $4.49 for this originally. And I got the whole package for $1. And these Glimmer Screens were not cheap back in the day. I'm sure they were close to around $20 back in the day. So yeah, it was well worth it for $1. And then there's a round mandala type. And then there's this one. It's like a larger floral. So yeah, I've got stencils now to play with. But for $1, I wasn't going to leave this behind. And I know that I'll use it. And eventually it'll go in some Happy Mail or in some of my gift boxes. I hope you can see that. Kind of a nice fancy flourish. This is a bigger one. And then this one is this oval. So it's, I guess, to replicate. Oh no, it's not. It's different. But it's an oval that you would stencil around it or within it. And then this is kind of a border type. So yeah, for $1, I thought it was pretty good deal. Ooh, what's in there, eh? And then this is the second one for $1. And I have some of these chalks, but not by this company. But these are eye candy chalk paints or chalk stuff. And I paid $1 for it. So let's open it up. I don't think it was used very much, if at all. Yeah, you know, looks like the purple might have been used a little bit. Well, the little, I guess this is your tool. Well, that's pretty easy to monitor. So then if these little sponges aren't good, I guess that you could just cut off a cotton swab and use the end of that to be the same thing. So I don't think I have a shortage of little cotton balls to work with. But yeah, it's barely been used. It looks like the purple and the blue a little bit and maybe the black, but the rest of the colors look like they're fine. So I will play around with this. I don't know if you've ever played with these chalks. They would probably actually work very nice in the stencils. So I may have a little go at that after the camera's off and see what I can create. I've got enough music sheets and book pages, so no worries there. So yeah, that was my two $1 finds. Okay, so this, I used the box, I gave some of the stuff that was in here away and then filled the box with other things. Now, I don't know if I talked about it, but I bought a huge, huge, huge collection of bookmarks on the very first day that we were thrifting. There was Thelma and myself and a couple other gals. And I'm not mentioning the other gals because, you know, they might have actually had a little bit of a cough that the night before that they might have, you know, but it's amazing how well you can feel the next day after you've been thrifting, if you catch my drift there. Anyway, I had bought these bookmarks and there was a handful that, yeah, this is how they came. So they have like a sticker. And I must have bought 1,000, at least 1,000. And so I bought them with the idea that I would pick a few that I wanted, and then the rest I was going to take to the sharing table on the Saturday when we had our crop weekend. And so they went on to the sharing table, and I think some people took handfuls or packages because they came in packages of like maybe 50 to 100 per package. I'm not kidding. I think there was well over 1,000. And so I only went through a couple packs and picked what I wanted, and the rest I just said, I'm not doing this for the rest of the night. Thank you. And so I just put them out there for people to help themselves. I put some out loose, you know, if they just wanted a handful, and the rest I said, you know, you grab a package if you want a whole package. Because there was lots. And I would, honestly, 1,000 is, I think, low when I think about it. There's got to be at least 1,000 there. Luckily, one of the girls has a lunch program for the inner city kids that they put together lunches for them. And so they put little words of inspiration and different things in the lunch bags for the kids to enjoy. So I thought that was pretty cool. And so, you know, they went to a good location, and yeah, a few did go to the different people that were at the crop event, but at least they got used in a good way. So I'm really happy and positive about that. So I kept a few, and the reason I folded it was I was reminding myself that yes, this could be a folded little card or something. So I was just folding them up just to see how they looked, and they're all, you know, I think they're Beatrice Potter imagery, some of them. And then there was some flower ones that, you know, were cute. And yeah, I didn't take very many. Some flowers, some roses. And I will further embellish these. And then there's some foiled butterflies. It's almost like somebody had a whole bunch of paper. Like some of this is construction paper. Some of it is cardstock. And then they had a whole pile of stickers. And so they just used up the stickers because this is a big sticker on here. So yeah, some of these will just be little tucks in journals, and you know, I might dress them up, or you know, sew some lace on them, or maybe put a tab at the top, but they're done, you know. So I thought I had plenty to play with there. And so there's some foil butterflies and some kitty cats, just different ones. And then I found these plastic doilies, so more doilies to play with. And I did give some to Hazel, I think. And I don't know if I gave some to Thelma or not. But if not, she can get some when she's here. But I just thought these would be fun to play with for coffee staining and avocado dyeing. This is, again, where I would like to do small pieces of paper. Not necessarily a whole big sheet, but a smaller piece of paper would be fun with this. So this is what was in the box, was these napkins. And the fun part is there are two different, the box is really in rough shape here. Oh, I guess it must have got a little bit crushed in shipping box. But they're vintage napkins, and there's two different designs. This purple design and the same in the pink. And I don't think they have additional layers. They might only be one layer. Yeah. So very good heavy duty quality of napkins. So these will be fun to use on projects, and I will share some of this in Happy Mail as well. I don't need this many of any one design. I gave some to Hazel, some to Thelma, whoever was there and wanted. And, the rest, I will keep 3 or 4 for myself, and eventually these will all get distributed throughout. So the box is, here's the bottom of the box. It's gold. It's taken a little bit of a beating. So I will cut this up and either put it through the die cut machine, or I will cut it up into a couple of tags or one journal card or something. And same with the box lid. So nothing goes to waste, but I have to distribute this stuff right away. All the bookmarks will go into my ephemera boxes. And it gets processed right away. As soon as this video is working, then this stuff gets loaded into my rightful spots because I don't have room to keep it anywhere. So the box cover is also in rough shape, so I will die cut or do something with this. Same with the edges here. I could see die cutting these into labels or little tickets or something, so it will get used up. So now this box, it was 15 cents. Now, I think those napkins, I paid $3 or $4 for them because they were in they have a cabinet in some of the thrift shops in Manitoba. They have cabinets where they keep the higher priced items. And it was well worth it, whatever it was, $3 or $4. And I've given some away already. So it's no more different than buying a package of napkins, at Home Sense. That was the price. But this particular package was 15 cents. And I think Hazel might have found this for me. And, that is something separate. This came from Thelma. She gave us some cards with matching or embossed, not embossed, die-cut envelopes. I think these may come from Stampin' Up, from a package set from Stampin' Up. I'm not 100% sure, but I think so. But this was 15 cents, and I'm pretty sure Hazel found this for me, and it's got the envelopes, which are beautiful. I love that the design is on the outside. It's always disappointing when it's on the inside, isn't it? Also love how this envelope is so short. You see how that's just like a little tuck spot? So you really don't need much more than that. The flap comes down to cover. So it almost makes me want to try to make an envelope like this, because I just love how it's just a very short body or pocket, and then the flap comes down to cover it. So that might be something to play with in the future as an idea. And then underneath here, because there's a lot of envelopes. Now these are all envelopes here. Isn't that crazy? And then there's all of the stationery to go with it. So it's just all, did they cheat me? And yeah, they did. Look at that, eh? They gave us some blanks. Well, that's not fun. But now I'll have to just put some washi tape down the side or something to enhance them further. But, well, look at that. I didn't get as many, but for 15 cents, I'm very fortunate with all the envelopes that are here. I can actually dig out some really pretty green papers or orange papers. I've got paper in every color, so that would definitely work for that. Just also to mention that the box never goes to waste. This is a great box that I would use to put ephemera in. I might put larger pieces in here, like 5x7 pages, and then, put some type of documentation or a picture on the outside. But it becomes a nice little storage container for storing ephemera, and no shortage of that ever. Now, there's this set of placemats, sorry. I did give one to Hazel. Hazel and she gave me a couple of hers, I think, or one of hers. that she bought, and you know, she said hers are nicer. I have to agree, they are nicer, because hers are printed with fabric on both sides. But I fell in love with this because of the colors. I love the combination of colors, and that there was elephants on here. So if you've been watching my junk jewelry when I was sorting, there was an elephant, brass elephant in the box. So it might get incorporated into one of these. Oh, excuse me. The only thing I don't like is on the inside, it's just plain black. Although, you know, it could be dressed up. And this is, because the pattern is directional, that means I have to make the book going this way. So I either have to do 2 tall, skinny journals, which I suppose is doable, or, you know, maybe cut them down to that size and maybe make a little clutch style, I suppose. I'm not sure. But so if I was only using half, then I'm cutting right through the middle of the elephants. So I'd have to cut it right down the center there, and at least get one elephant in each journal. This one would be on the front, that one would be on the back. So I'll have to see how to play with these. I hadn't really thought about the images. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. I think I have to take some water. But I hadn't really thought about the images when I was thinking about cutting it up, so I might have to play. The other thing would be to make a full journal, you know, sort of sort of a 8.5 by 11 size, which would be 5.5 by 8.5. So then I'd have some pieces to play with, or possibly make a couple of small little journals out of this piece here, or a wraparound. I could do a wraparound as well. That might be something to consider. But I certainly wouldn't need this length. And I wouldn't do this length, even though, you know, we do have 12 by 12 papers, and this is probably, yeah, it's 12 inches. I would never do a journal this long. It just doesn't look right to me, and it doesn't feel right to me as far as a journal and working with it. So I would probably chop it down to a more manageable size. I could do a wraparound and then have this piece be a second smaller journal. So, and then this way I'd be able to keep the elephants intact. They would be on the back side, but at least they'd be intact. And yeah, it might be an interesting way to play with it. So yeah, I've got 3 more right there to do, plus 3 little ones if I do that. This beautiful scarf. This one is an exceptional one because, 1, I paid $1.25 for it. And 2, not only did I get this beautiful lace trim here, but I also got this beautiful meshy type, you know, fabric that has flowers. And I think I saw a butterfly here somewhere. I think I did. Yes, I did. Wasn't dreaming it up. I did see a butterfly. There it is. So I can use this combination of different ways. I can cut the flowers out in little sections to make clusters. So it, you know, it's a double for my money. It's a 2-for is what I always say. 2 for 1. So yeah, I will probably share this with the Purple Girls. Because both Caroline and Hazel are into purple. Excuse me while I'll just take a sip of water. Okay, a little bit better. Another little booklet, 1950. Just cute, you know, the right color, the right font, and 10 cents, the right price. The jacket is a little bit distressed, but I think by the time I collage a couple layers on here, it'll be fine to play with. So for 10 cents, yeah, it had to come home with me. Yeah, I know, well, you guys all got to come and spend some time with me so my stuff gets used up. That's all I can say. Come for a visit. We'll make stuff. 25 cents. Look, I paid more for this than the book. 25 cents, 5 book plates in here, these little hedgehogs. They're so cute. Never opened, brand new package. Just cute. I hope you can see them. They're adorable. So I could see using these somewhere. Or Happy Mail. This was a Dollar Tree purchase. I just love the green and the pink. And this would be, you know, you make a journal card, you print out a journal card, you back it with a little bit of something to make it more substantial, and then you glue one of these on the back. Well, I got 125 in green and 125 in pink. So I may put these in Happy Mail as well. So no shortage, but it's always nice to have the lines on the back of paper, and it's always nice to have this in a color that's complementary to whatever it is you're doing. So yeah, I scooped them. So they are available at the Dollar Tree. I guess I paid $1. I don't know, but I'm assuming that's what I paid for them. So certainly will enjoy using those. And then the last thing for today, this was kind of a a start the car moment, because at the same place where I bought my big bag of jewelry, and I bought the needle books from her, I bought these photos, and she charged me $5 for the lot, because she had them all in a box, and I said, what would you charge me for all of them? And she said $5, and I said, sold. But I already had jewelry in my hand and a few other things, so she had no problem selling them to me for that. There are a couple images that are going to go by the wayside, though. But I did get these postcards, and they're just cute. They're blank on the back, and they're not that old, but I will just use them as tucks in journals. A little bit cheesy, not that old. What, 1970s? I'm going to guess. I don't know if there's any writing on the back. No, there isn't. So I'm going to have to let that one go. I just, that person is probably walking around living and would be horrified to find out, see their picture used somewhere. As it is, it would probably be bad enough to see it on the video. So if you know this person, do let them know that I have the pictures, but I won't have them for very long. I will be destroying them. And because it doesn't have your name on them, it just makes it that much easier that nobody will know it's you for sure. You can say, that's not me. That wasn't me. Same with this fellow here, handsome for the time, I'm sure, and probably even more handsome now, but not something that I'm going to use in my journals. So I will destroy those, but I just thought I would show them to you anyway. And, it's impossible for you to see all the pictures, but I'm just going to go through them. Like they're probably mostly 1940s to about 1960. The fact that they're black and white pretty much tells you 1960 or earlier. Some of them are dated on the back, or some of them have information on the back, but it's just a huge assortment. Definitely. Oh, look at this one. Isn't that just the cutest? I hope I've been in camera all this time. I hope I'm not too far up there. Okay. And, but yeah, just family photos from time periods. Everybody put their baby in the middle of the grass. I have a picture of myself sitting in the grass like this. That must have been horrible when you think about it. It's in a bushy area. There must have been mosquitoes and ants and who else knows what else. The baby doesn't look happy. I don't think any of the babies look happy in these pictures, because the grass would be tickling them. And yet everybody did it. Now, some babies were lucky they had a blanket underneath them, but most of them not. It's something I've always noticed, and I remember I don't remember my experience, but I didn't look very happy, so I must have not enjoyed it. But yeah, just some fun pictures. This one says 1933 on it. Some of them are very small, hard to see. Here's one in color that is one of only there's no description or information written on it, but just fun pictures. And so for $5, I really think I scored quite nicely, and I will use these all in my journals for different projects, as well as give them away in Happy Mail. I'm not going to go through them all. I'll spare you. And the last thing was this piece here. It's really in rough shape, but I will collage on here. So, don't rule these out, because they are, vintage pieces. So even if they've got cracks and creases in here, just take some book pages and collage over top of this. preserving what you can so it can be seen, do some ink stamping on them, and repair with, labels and napkins and those kinds of things. And you will end up with a nice little decorative piece to add in your journals. And it could even be a folio if you're into making folios. But another handsome couple here. This would be in the early 1900s, or maybe it's early 1900s, just looking at the clothing. But it's, again, a nice a decorative piece to use in a journal, if nothing else. And, I may scan it and make it available to use for collage, for digitals. But yeah, so always keep in mind that don't be in a hurry to say, oh, well, this is just garbage, or it can be chucked. You'd be surprised if you start playing and just use book pages as kind of a tape to tape this together and then start collaging over it. You will build the strength on this very nicely and have a fun folio that you can use and take the picture out as well, or put something else in it, because this picture will come out. Yeah. Will come out, and you can use the folio for something else. So yeah, I always try to repurpose and reuse it wherever I can. So that's it for my Thrifty Canucks, and yeah, down to one suitcase left. So I'm going to try and fit that in on Sunday if I can. Tomorrow, a Friday, is a Friday follow-up. I will not have any new digitals unless maybe I scan the Mandela stencil painting that I did. I might scan some of those and offer a freebie. If I have time to do that, I certainly will. But yeah, so that's it for that. So Friday will just be a follow-up of the week of what I have produced and did. I did want to share one other thing with you, and that was let's see, for the jewelry parts 1 and 2 that I showed, the sorting of the jewelry. If some of you have commented, I did post it on Facebook, but it only showed up in one spot. I think I had to paste it in each time, and I didn't. I had mentioned in Facebook that the video was so long, and I already said this to Ruth. The video was so long, it was no longer a video, it was a movie. It was an hour and 20 minutes. And you would have needed popcorn and a couple of potty breaks in order to get through the whole thing. So I clipped it, which, I'm not into this editing stuff. So I just clipped it in half. I just cut it. And so it ended very abruptly. Part 1 ended abruptly, but part 2, I actually went back a little bit, maybe a half a minute, like 30 seconds. So you do see a repeat of part 1 at the end. It becomes the beginning of part 2. And so it starts very abruptly. I'm just in the middle of sorting. But yeah, it was a great video to get through and get everything done. And in the video, I did show you these big blobby earrings, and I had put them in the weird section, the weird and odd things. But they are a pair. If somebody really likes them, if they want them, they can just let me know. And if it's something I can fit into Happy Mail, I'll send them out to you. Let's see. The S has been claimed by Joan Shefflet, and I think she wants the angel too. I haven't heard whether or not Brenda wants a sewing machine, and the peace sign is still available if somebody wants that. And so I'm also adding this pair of earrings to that pile. So if somebody wants them, because I'm not going to use them, and it would be a shame to send them to the thrift shop if somebody would actually wear them. They're kind of cute, but it's not something I would personally wear, but they are cute. We can do something. So if nobody picks them up, I will show you something else to do with them. But these ones I had said, oh, they're pretty globby, and they were in the weird things, and I was looking at them thinking, oh, I'm sure I can pop that stone out. And it took me nothing to pop it out. So now I have these globby stones to put somewhere. But I do have these cute plastic frames that could easily host a picture and then be collaged. And so now these two things have become embellishments, and these will just go back in the weird bucket. But I just thought I would share this with you so that you can see some of the things. Oh, here's that little starfish hook. I don't know what to do with it. So if somebody claims it, I will send it to them if I'm sending you some happy mail. So that's it for today. Yeah, follow up Friday is on Friday. Saturday's arm's length art. I have no clue yet what I'm doing. Sunday, I'm going to try and do another thrifty video just to get myself caught up because I have so much stuff yet to put away. And back to regular schedule for next week. So I will sign off now and say have a very creative day and creative week. And I will see you again on Friday. Bye for now.